What up guys, so this is the third devlog on this channel related to Robo Fumble, which is a fast-paced multiplayer competitive game where you can use abilities in order to gain advantage. That being said, let's implement some AI. So because I'm using Unity, I'm also using NavMesh AI, which was pretty easy to set up, and with a little bit of code I managed to make this. You can see the cube is following the sphere. Now I know that ain't cube in a sphere, but you're gonna pretend that you've just watched a cube in a sphere, because I lost the video when I recorded a cube in a sphere. Capish? And it can jump between platforms while doing so. This is just an illusion because I've attached a cube to the main object and I'm just moving it on the y-axis when needed. However, as you know, the best tactic in this mod is to aim for the mushrooms, as they boost you up, giving you an advantage. Again, the same thing, when the AI gets in the mod, instead of following the sphere, it goes to the nearest mushroom, and jumps on it, after which it resumes on following the main target. Pretty cool, right? Now you can see that there might be a problem with this whole NavMesh thing. These moving islands confuse the AI and just makes it stop. The solution, modify the NavMesh at runtime. But how do I link the islands together so the AI can actually jump from one to another? We add a bridge that rotates and scales properly. See, it works. Yeah, it might take a lot of time to set it up, but it works, and that's what matters. Well, it worked, but now it doesn't. Mother! So after some thinking, I've come to the conclusion that the moving NavMesh takes up resources and your 20-year-old Samsung flip phone doesn't know what to do. So I just didn't update NavMesh and ran the compilation just once. Surprisingly, the only problem that I encountered was that occasionally the AI would get stuck in the island. And with this cube in front of it checking specifically if it overlapped with any mesh, the AI has now the same number of brain cells as your mom. Now there's just one thing left to do, and that is to spectate and qualify the AI. Qualification was as simple as incrementing a number, because that's what's happening. The spectator part was a bit tricky. Normally when you spectate a player, there's a game object on that player that synchronizes the position and the rotation of the camera. Basically points out whatever you are looking at. And then the player camera from the qualified player just follows that game object. The AI still uses that game object, but instead of the game object pointing at the camera, it points to the player mesh. And that's it. Simple as that. I don't know if you've noticed from the background video, but the game doesn't look like in the last devlog, mainly because the performance of it was trash. I mean 15 FPS. That's how trash it was. So in order to get the respectable value of 30 FPS on low-end devices and 60 FPS on mid or high-end devices, I had to change the lighting mode from linear to gamma. Basically, gamma is faster, therefore the frame renders more quickly. But it comes with some downsides. This is how the main menu looked before, and this is how it looks after. This is in the game before, and this is after. So after a few hours of modifying every goddamn shader and color value, I managed to make the game look even better than before. But this was just the beginning. The next optimization technique that I used is called LOD, which stands for level of detail. This basically calculates the distance from the camera to the object and changes the mesh of it to a lower poly version, since from far away you can't observe the details. This basically lowers the triangle count, making the frame render faster, which brings me to static batching. This technique is a little bit complex and it involves draw calls. A draw call is boring. Oh, okay. Okay then. Static batching just combines meshes with the same material into a big mesh. That's it. Another thing that I added into the game is Achievements. By using Google Play Games API for Unity, thanks to this repository on GitHub, You can easily connect to the API with just one line of code, and the result of success is seeing this. Now for achievements, I only have qualifying on the first place, as you can see right here, so my question is, what other achievements should I add? I mean, after you press that subscribe button, you can comment what other achievements do you think it's worth having in the game. I'm sure as hell ain't forcing you to do that. In terms of gameplay, I added a new skin, the diver robot. Pretty cool, right? And also, for the big announcement, you can wishlist Robo Fumble. That's right, wishlist right now and you will get 250 bolts, 2500 coins and the newest skin, Robo Diver. This will mean that the diver skin is gonna be the rarest skin in the whole game. Scan this QR code or check the description. Registering is free and the game will be automatically installed when it's ready. Also, I suppose we could throw a few more rewards, but that depends. So, wishlist right now.